Raising awareness of discrimination faced by trans people worldwide. Today is Trans Day of Visibility, and joining us now live is Ray McDaniel explaining why this Day of Visibility is so important for gender freedom and how we can all be better allies and show more support. Ray, great to talk to you this morning.
Thank you for having me.
So when it comes to the hardships the trans community is currently facing, all you really have to do is look at the stats right now. Transgender adults experience higher levels of depression and anxiety, with 41% of transgender adults having attempted suicide compared to only 2% of the general population. So with that in mind, what obstacles are standing in the way of success for this community?
Well, as you can imagine, it's very difficult to feel good in your own skin when the world is saying that you don't exist. We've seen record numbers of anti-trans legislation be passed and try to be passed. And it's very difficult to have good mental health when you feel like your very identity is under attack.
Absolutely. And when it comes to the unhoused population, especially here in California, we know a majority of them happen to be members of the trans community, which, again, is horrible to see. Now, when you compare what we're seeing today to 10, maybe 20 years ago, would you say acceptance and progressive ways of thinking have greatly improved, or have we been taking more steps back?
I think it's both. I think we've seen a very large cultural movement towards acceptance, towards education, towards understanding of transgender individuals. And what we are seeing right now is a backlash against that, which we often see whenever there is social movement towards equality for a certain population. So yes, we are seeing significant progress in understanding trans individuals and the general public accepting folks, while we are also seeing a very strong pushback from folks who oppose trans people simply existing and being themselves in the world.
Sure, absolutely. Now, with that in mind, there is a strong possibility that some people are watching us right now who do not support trans Americans. What would your message be for them?
To understand that transgender people are not a threat in any way, that we simply want to be able to exist in peace and be able to have autonomy over our own bodies. And that doesn't impinge on anyone else's freedom.
Absolutely. Well said. And I would love to talk about the resources available for the trans community and how we can all try to be better allies of people in this community.
Absolutely. So there are a ton of resources out there that are very Googleable. So I would recommend doing that, doing your own learning. And to be better allies, first of all, talk about it loudly. Today is Transgender Day of Visibility, which is meant to celebrate transgender individuals who are thriving in the world. So if you have trans loved ones, reach out, let them know that you're thinking about them, and have conversations with other cisgender individuals about the importance of celebrating and advocating for trans lives.
Absolutely. I think all we can do is do our research. And again, there are so many resources available for the trans community in terms of housing, seeking help for anxiety and depression, and just overall feeling a support group, having that support for these people. Ray McDaniel, thank you so much once again talking about National Trans Day of Visibility. We appreciate your time. Have a great Friday and the rest of your weekend.